Hello? Wow. You got my good side. I've been in makeup all morning. It's a real honor to stand up here today. Not only because Dawson is my best friend, but because she has entrusted me to stand up here and behave myself. To say the right thing and not get anyone into trouble. Well, anyone that knows me well enough will know that that is close to impossible. And John, seriously, after all of these years of friendship, you should know better by now. As it turns out, I didn't expect to find it so difficult to find the right words for this occasion. What do you say in a moment like this to someone who is more than a best friend? Someone you have shared your life and experiences with. Someone you have laughed and cried with, got into trouble with, and someone who means more than the world to you. Someone who deserves more than just any old speech. I must admit to Jocelyn right now that initially I had decided that on this day, the right words would come from my heart. The words would just appear and the ones that were worthy of this moment. But boarding the flight from London, which is a 13-hour flight, I did remember that Jocelyn was adamant my speech was proofread for the above reasons. And I do remember receiving a PowerPoint presentation of about a gazillion slides, which is what has made this day so unbelievably amazing. So after hours of reminiscing, it finally came to mind the story that everyone has to hear, because for me it's the most beautiful moment in our friendship. When Brian came into Jocelyn's life, he became a big focal point in our conversations. And at the beginning, like a good friend watching her girls back, I had a few reservations, and without meaning to add salt to the wound, further to Nate's speech last night, I had very similar thoughts. Especially when Brian took Jocelyn shopping for 6 hours on their first date. Ironically, I had asked Brian the most embarrassing moment of their relationship, and he said verbatim that I took her shopping on our first date. I woke up the day after and thought, dude, she must think I'm gay. Well, on the other side of the globe, I was having very similar thoughts. And after hours of psychoanalyzing you, Brian, it's probably my fault that Jocelyn didn't let you kiss her that first time. Fast forward 1 year, and Joss brought Brian to Mallorca so we could finally meet. We got on like a house on fire. And just to prove it, there was a nudist beach experience, which I don't think is appropriate to go into tonight, but Jocelyn, if I had my glass up here, congratulations, you're a very lucky girl. As the vacation was drawing to an end, Jocelyn and I went for a coffee in town on our own to get some one-on-one time together. And whilst we were chatting, I had to interrupt her, because during that week, there had been something bothering me the entire time. Jocelyn and I have a very open friendship and we speak openly, but I'd held this one to myself because I needed a one-on-one time with her. And I asked her, Jocelyn, how come you still haven't asked me what I think of Brian now that we have met? And she looked at me and she said, well, Tal, which is her name for me, Natalia, Tal, it doesn't really matter what you think. That was like daggers through my heart, and I have never been so hurt. And Jocelyn obviously saw that, and she looked at me and she reminded me what my mother had said to her many years earlier. We were in Mallorca, it was Easter about 4 years before, and Joss was asking my mom, how do you know when you've met a man that this is the man you're supposed to spend the rest of your life with? And my mom said to her, Joss, when you meet the man you're supposed to spend the rest of your life with, you will know. It's like something totally unexplainable changes inside, like a magnetic pull. And although you may not understand or believe me right now, when you find that man, you will know. Your world will go upside down and inside out, and it won't matter what anyone thinks. and you will find it equally as difficult as I am right now to explain this feeling to somebody else. And so, over coffee that day, Jocelyn said to me, "This is it, Tal. This is exactly what your mom said to me all those years ago. This is the one I know I will spend the rest of my life with. So it's not that it doesn't matter what you think, it's just that it won't change the way that I feel. I also know you well enough and have such faith in our friendship that if I love him, I know you do too." I realized then that not only was I privileged to have a true best friend like Jocelyn, but our friendship is a real one. It is one without superficiality, without barriers, and without false pretenses. Now, having not been given the chance back then to tell her what I think, and the perfect opportunity to do so now, Brian, you're looking a little nervous. Do you want to have a sip of water? Joss, I think he is perfect. I love how happy he makes you, how he makes you laugh like a fool, smile like a child, the way he challenges you and opens your eyes to new experiences. I love that he loves you the way you deserve to be loved. Jocelyn is the best friend any girl can have. She is truly amazing. And as such, she deserves the best man a girl can have. Brian, Jocelyn, I don't have my glasses, but here's to you guys. Cheers.
Thank you. Now, this is an opportunity for whomever wished to come up and share their favorite story, either about Jocelyn or Brian. So, if anyone wishes to come up and say a few words, or either funny or serious observations, feel free to do that. Brian, I think for me one of the most memorable moments was when I think it was just about when you were finishing school,